Ladies and gentlemen, call your cousin who is constantly meddling in other people's affairs, grab your popcorn, and hold your pearls. Because this particular one is so disorganized that it may perhaps leave stains on your soul. What if I told you that Mr. Loyal to the End, Papoose, recently revealed a shady backdoor arrangement between Eazy The Block Captain and Remy Ma? Yes, we believed that the story of cheating was done. When Remy transitioned from hip-hop and love to Block Captain and love, we believed it had reached its lowest point. However, it appears that there is no bottom to the abyss, and things have now become illegal. Why is Remy Ma suddenly quiet, you ask? Why is Eazy acting like he recently won a court case when he brags on Instagram? And why is Papoose muttering to the public that his wife was forced into a covert agreement by Blackmail? What was the deal? Really? Who did it? And why, given what you're about to hear, which includes deceit, manipulation, backroom meetings, and a treachery so icy it could freeze the Bronx? Does it sound like a power episode coupled with my buckle up? Before someone removes the video, let's talk about it. It's the sort of jumble that makes Hollywood screenplays seem like elementary school apps. 'Cause, guess what? According to sources, Eazy The Block Captain was the one who blackmailed Remy Ma. Papoose, who held her down during her prison sentence, stood by her side during the chaos of fame, and wore loyalty like a crown, has just revealed the details of a scandal so deep and ugly that the Bronx itself might pause and say, nah, y'all with it. Papoose has finally had enough. Ignore silent heartache. The streets are finally hearing the truth he's been hiding for months as he went into full investigative gear. Let's not play anymore. Consider this. Why hasn't Remy said anything recently? Why does Eazy seem like he just won a RICO case when he brags on Instagram? Furthermore, why would Papoose simply tweet that she had sold the crown for crumbs? Something took place. Something tangible. Furthermore, this isn't a cheating scandal if even half of what is being revealed is accurate. In a lace front, this is extortion. Let's go back in time. Initially, this seemed like any other tabloid story. Rapper wives are accused of using ostentatious up-and-comers to cheat on their faithful husbands. But, darling, there are layers, depths, and secrets upon secrets in this tale. It all began when Remy Ma took over as Eazy's manager. In public, it was all business, artist development, branding strategies, and mentoring. But there were raised eyebrows behind closed doors. People observed the frequent travel, the glances, and the chemistry. Then the picture appeared. At 3:14 a.m., Remy was seen departing Eazy's hotel. No makeup, no entourage, no security, just a hoodie and the expression, "Don't ask, Papoose." Although initially quiet, insiders claim that Pap became a one-man FBI operation. Force, GPS trackers, burner phones, and private investigators. According to one insider, he even found her using a phony Uber Eats account. What did he discover? To put it mildly, they weren't having a meal at Olive Garden. Papoose allegedly discovered a number of messages, hotel logs, and even phone conversations. The big bombshell, however, is a leaked audio tape. It's an anonymous source, who we'll just call Black Hoodie, submitted a voice recording that seems to show Eazy using her connections in the industry to pressure Remy into approving brand deals. She allegedly responded, "Okay, I'll take care of it." To his statements, "You know what I got? Don't let me ruin everything you built. Just make the call. That's all I'm asking." Naturally, Remy's camp now covered the fire with a hazy public relations blanket. This is a deliberate attempt to disparage a black woman who is successful in a male-dominated environment. Why don't you deny the recording, sis? Simple. Smirking like the devil in Dior. He went live on Instagram. Look, I don't have to extort anyone. The moment is me. Okay then, a moment. Let's find out what else you have concealed. Because Papoose found a burner phone concealed in one of Ree's makeup bags, according to someone familiar with the matter. What did it contain? Payment logs and text threads. The tone is also poor. One purportedly easy-read text. He still believes you to be faithful. That's crazy. Remy's response. First, let's simply finish this deal. I'll be honest after that. Take a moment to process that. Talking about keeping Pap distracted like this man was a baby using an iPad. A woman who was restrained by a prison bid. Furthermore, it doesn't end there. An ex-assistant who has since completely vanished says she interrupted Remy and Eazy when they were debating an NDA. He kept saying, "You promised me a percentage, and I gave you everything you asked for," she expressed. What more would you like? The "let's talk money." According to leaked financial records, Remy allegedly transferred $47,000 from her fashion line into a side business account connected to Eazy's battle rap promotion company. Let's pause. That money was intended for her personal brand, but it ended up helping Eazy launch his new battle series. Why? 'Cause when you're being blackmailed, when someone is holding onto footage, texts, or secrets that could destroy your reputation, you pay up, you cooperate, you submit. And Remy, according to the paperwork, she repeatedly submitted. Remy dismissed it, saying it was back-end revenue and sponsor reimbursements. But Pap isn't new to this. He smelled smoke and went looking for fire, and he found it. He brought in a forensic accountant, who is someone who eats up shell companies. And they allegedly discovered a chain of Delaware-based LLCs that were all connected to a holding company that had Eazy's cousin's name on it. The company also owned a 30% stake in Remy and Pap's multimedia label, which they were creating as a legacy project, the thing Pap spoke about in interviews as the future of our family business. It turns out that Remy had already discreetly transferred a portion of it to the man Pap believes was extorting her. In the meantime, Papoose is quiet and strategic, but leaking just enough. Remember that tweet? She gave away the crown for crumbs. What about that Instagram story? The one with the chessboard and the caption, "Queen sacrificed." Eazy says nothing at all. Just more IG stories featuring Rolex watches and VIP booths, like a villain relishing the third act of his own downfall. That's not poetry, that's war. Remy abruptly stopped responding, leaving no comments, interviews, or clapbacks. If you've been following her for more than 5 minutes, you know she doesn't tolerate stillness. So now the silence is screaming. We're just getting started. Part 2 continues where we left off. As the shell companies expand, the lies multiply, and the receipts begin to pour into courtrooms. Papoose wasn't just uncovering betrayal. He was untangling an entire blueprint of deceit. Once the forensic accountant dug deeper, things got even uglier. And fans are beginning to notice something darker. Because this isn't just betrayal. Is business betrayal? Behind-the-scenes manipulation is a deliberate use of personal access to gain leverage. Close to the investigation, Remy Ma did more than just route a few payments. She allegedly created an offshore holding company that was registered in Delaware, a notorious tax haven, and used it to channel over $60,000 into Eazy's expanding empire. This is where things get shady, because according to one document allegedly examined by insiders, Eazy listed a 30% ownership stake in a new label called Bronx Legacy Entertainment. But Papoose was not listed on any of those filings. The money was supposed to be a joint venture co-founded by Remy and Pap, but his name was completely absent from the paper trail. How did Pap find out? A single invoice? A random email from a vendor asking about a payment from Bronx Legacy with Eazy's manager CCED on the thread. Confused, Papoose replied, asking why he was copied on it. The vendor responded, "You're a listed shareholder." Papoose had previously mentioned the label as their family's future in interviews. The label was intended to support young, up-and-coming Bronx artists. Instead, it was quietly handed to a man now accused of blackmail. Outgoing. Expenses should be approved by you, right? However, that email was the thread that brought everything to light. And Pap subsequently subpoenaed internal papers. Purportedly, a former member of Rhee's management team revealed that Eazy was seen attending private meetings regarding the label, to which Pap was never invited. In one of these meetings, Eazy allegedly told the creative director, "Make sure I get final say on the logo." She left the king on his leash, signed transactions in silence, and preferred pressure to peace. Though it goes deeper, supporters claim it's a direct jab at Pap, according to insiders. Remy and Eazy allegedly spent 3 days at a posh hideaway in upstate New York while pretending it was a boot camp for brand development. According to the assistant who made the travel arrangements, she was told not to put Papoose on the schedule. The response to her question was that he wasn't required for this aspect of the company. Later, the assistant resigned. "He didn't deserve it," she told her buddies. "It felt more like a betrayal than a collaboration the way they were acting." This is the portion that truly left fans speechless. In line with the leaked audio and cash trails, a burner Instagram account at @TruthFrothablock began sharing screenshots, blurred papers, and receipts. One read, "The captions are unhinged." He gave her his name in confidence. She received percentages for selling it. For what reason do followers think that Eazy's close buddy or perhaps a bitter ex is managing the account? Due to the fact that the details are too precise. One thread revealed an $18,000 wire transfer from one of Rhee's LLCs to a talent agency, run by a cousin of EY, at a private listening party in Atlanta. That same cousin was seen sporting personalized Bronx Legacy merchandise that was never put on the market. Is it a coincidence? Perhaps. However, it presents a very deliberate image when combined with the stack of dubious receipts. Papoose was more than simply hurt now. He was formulating a legal plan. His group, reportedly headed by a high-level and entertainment lawyer with a reputation for turning celebrity cases upside down, started putting together financial discovery requests, timetables, and affidavits. Even half of this is true. We're looking at potential fraud, breach of fiduciary duty, and emotional distress claims. Not just civil, perhaps federal, according to a legal specialist in entertainment who tweeted, and Eazy became loud as Pap moved in silence. Over the upbeat rapping of Drake, he uploaded a freestyle. "I simply made changes to the blueprint, but they believed they had created a legacy. Check for disrespect, perhaps delusion." However, one thing is evident. This individual believes he is invincible. After remaining silent for weeks, Remy finally made an appearance on a small podcast that was hosted by two prominent figures in the NYC media. There was no makeup and no big network. Team just a hoodie, a quiet voice, and an awkward demeanor. She didn't reject the blackmail or confirm it either. But she did remark, "I'm human," in response to a question about this simple issue. "People don't know the full story. There are a lot of sides to this. I'm still processing. Some people forget that I've endured worse, even though I make mistakes." The hosts have not made any public comments since the podcast was taken down. Less than 48 hours later, there are rumors that they received a cease and desist from Rhee's team, but nothing has been verified. However, here's the reality. Remy's refusal to clarify, deny, or explain isn't helping her in a game where narratives define careers. Fans have switched sides, and the hashtag Justice for Pap has taken over Twitter, with people calling for Pap to take full control of the family brand, demanding that he release a diss track, begging for a Dories or something that lays it all out, and even media outlets that once extolled Remy's redemption arc now turning against her. Is Remy Ma in the running? From reality. Pap has remained low, but his silence feels different. Not like denial, not like shame, but like strategy. People close to him say he's preparing something big, not a press run, not a messy sit-down, but something legal, something lasting. And that's where things go from scandal to war because, according to insiders, Papoose's lawyers are now moving to freeze joint marital assets until the court decides which part of the empire was fraudulently restructured. And we're talking about royalties, production income, trademarks, and distribution rights. It's no longer just heartbreak. It's a legal battleground. Pap is no longer playing chess. He's playing demolition, according to an unconfirmed court document leaked by a purported entertainment paralegal. Remy Ma transferred 25% of her upcoming beauty brand to a silent partner who, guess what, turns out to be Eazy's cousin, while Pap believed that he and Remy were launching a legacy skincare line for Black women. She was allegedly cutting backdoor deals to give Eazy people a piece of the action. This wasn't a gift. It was payment for control, loyalty, and silence. And the betrayal has gone beyond the courtroom. According to entertainment insiders, a major streaming service such as Hulu or Netflix has already approved a 4-part series called Loyalty Lost: The Papoose Fallout. According to sources, Papoose is sitting on hours of voice recordings, bank statements, and documentation, waiting for the right opportunity to burn it all down. Meanwhile, Eazy is descending into full villain arc mode, dropping another freestyle. It's time over NASA's ether beat. Spitting. She gave you a seat at the table. I turned it into a throne. The fans weren't impressed. It was brutal in the comments. You're not in charge. The house wrecker is you. Every secret-based kingdom eventually falls. Be right for Pap. Period. Even some of his former fans are leaving. And then there's Remy, who tried and failed to get better. She appeared at a brand event last week wearing a designer outfit, smiling for the cameras as if nothing had happened. But behind the scenes, there was chaos. 2 sponsors quietly withdrew. 1 stylist refused to work the event, and another team member allegedly left midday after overhearing a heated phone conversation between Remy and a legal representative. "I told you I didn't sign that," she allegedly yelled. This goes to court, it's not just him that's exposed. It's all of us. The question of who else is involved began to surface. Was it just Remy and Eazy playing house behind Pap's back? Or was there a whole network of handlers, advisors, and silent partners complicit in the cover-up? According to an anonymous insider, a public relations firm that specializes in celebrity image repair is involved. And they have been on high alert ever since the truth from the block burner. Now that the clock is ticking, Papoose has hired security. Not because he feels physically unsafe, but because he knows the storm he's about to unleash could shake the industry. People are already calling this the biggest betrayal in hip-hop since the NAZ and Jay-Z beef, but this time it involves marriage, money, and federal-level drama. And the dossiers are already trending on streaming platforms fighting for rights. And lawyers are racing to clear music samples. According to one source, Pap's team is in talks with a major network to release exclusive footage and internal emails as part of a multi-platform media expose. Because some betrayals don't end with a tweet. Instead, they result in lawsuits, subpoenas, and silence so loud that it reverberates through the industry for years. And here's where we leave it to you. What do you think? Was Remy Ma truly blackmailed? Or was she in on it all along? Eazy the Block Captain, a master manipulator? Or just a fortunate opportunist who struck the right nerve at the right time? And most importantly, will Papoose ever recover from this? Or has the woman he gave his world to taken something he'll never get back? This wasn't just a scandal. Was a battle between love and leverage, a heist of loyalty and the streets. Remember everything. Make sure you subscribe to The Celebrities' Lives, where receipts don't sleep and we stay 10 toes down in the mess no one else wants to touch. Until the next time, keep an eye on your contracts, your direct messages, and who you call your